So, today is Thursday. Today we're talking about storms and weather forecasting. Guys, please remember tomorrow your weather charts are due, your air pressure foldables are due, your storm force squares are due, your vocabulary is due, excuse me, and you have a quiz. I know that's a lot, um, but yesterday should have been a good day to kind of get everything done besides the weather chart because you have to wait for that per day. I'll give you time at the end of class today to start working or to continue working on your storm force squares. Guys, again, here's the foldable. Remember, this foldable on your Google Classroom has everything filled in. All you have to do is fill in the top row with the definition and characteristics. 3 characteristics for air pressure, wind formation, 2 for local winds and global winds. At the bottom is pictures. So, weather forecasting. How do meteorologists forecast the weather? So we talked about weather forecast as being a prediction of what the weather will be like in an hour, tomorrow, next week. Weather forecasting involves a combination of computer models, observations, and just basic knowledge of the trends and patterns of like what the clouds bring, what the bands look like as they're moving. And by using these models, they come up with a reasonable, accurate forecast. And they make it up to so that it'll be at least a 7-day advance. Now, one thing I do want you guys to remember, and I think I said this once before, it is a prediction. Weather forecasting is a prediction. I can use all the models, I can use all the observations that I have. I can use my knowledge of the trends in temperature, the trends in cloud formation. I can look at the different pressures. But at the end of the day, when I do my weather forecast, it is a prediction. Anything can change at any moment based on circumstance. Okay, based on circumstance. Um, Also, our weather forecast gives us a 7-day advance. We can really only predict about 24 to 48 hours from the current time that we're given the forecast. It's very hard to say something that's going to happen 7 days from now because we don't know. Yes, it was a good example of, he said multiple times that Friday, if they had it to rain, but now they don't because the storm slowed down. It's likely that Saturday will be changed and all the rain will fall between Sunday and Monday. It's likely that it could move and Saturday is clear and it could push on. Those are the predictions. They don't know. This is what they're thinking. This is their thoughts. Now, dew point and relative humidity. Okay, dew point and relative humidity. Warmer air holds more water. So the warmer the air, the more water vapor it can hold. This is why your warmer days feel more humid. Example, 50 degrees outside at 100% humidity is going to feel a lot different than 86 degrees at 28% humidity. Now, in the summer, guys, we have some interesting times where we'll have like 90 degrees with 100% humidity. And those are the days you walk outside and it's just nasty. It's just nasty. The air is thick. You sweat from staying still. Those are all affected by the humidity in the air, right? And that's the water vapor that's in the air. So if your dew point is around 50 to 60 degrees, it's a comfortable feeling. 70 degrees or more, it's just gross. It's hot, it's sticky, it's nasty. Okay. So we like to see our dew point at about 50 or 60 degrees with the low relative humidity. So, what do we use to weather forecast? Guys, there are a plethora of things that they use to give you the forecast that you receive. One is an airplane. A good example of airplane usage for the storms is the way that the airplanes go into hurricanes. Like that's, I think, as scared as I am of storms and hurricanes, that's the most interesting part to me is to see somebody fly a plane right through the center, right into the eye. Then we have our satellites, guys. Our satellites is what watches those thick bands of wind in the air that we see. There's weather balloons, weather buoys. These are out in the ocean, kind of tracks the tides that are hitting in. Then you have your ground station, and then you have your radar station. So they all kind of work together for the greater good to tell us what's going on. Now to look at our forecast for today.
Hendrick.
At Hendrick, we give you more. More selection, more savings, and more for your trade. At every Hendrick location in the Raleigh area, shop the name that gives you more. Welcome to the family. Experience Hendrick.
Let's talk about our weather today. Do you need the umbrella today? The answer is nope, not going to need it today. Lots of sunshine headed in as we head through the day on Thursday. Let's show you what's happening as far as those rain chances. Now, we've got a 30% chance of showers in Saturday. I think Saturday, most of Saturday is going to be dry. You're not going to, you're going to have a lot of outdoor time. It's just going to be cloudy, but there could be a scattered shower around. Sunday, 70% chance, and I think the best chance for rain will actually come Sunday afternoon. Could linger into Monday as the remnants of Delta pass well to the west of us. By Tuesday into Wednesday, we do dry out. Today, we stay dry. Those numbers running in the 80s, 81 in Holly Springs and Chapel Hill, 82 in Smithfield today, 80 in Wendell, 80 in Durham. We slide south where you'll top out today in Fayetteville at 84, 85 in Rayford, 83 in Goldsboro. You stay in the 70s up north from Roxborough on over to South Hill, 81 in Wilson. Satellite radar composite shows clear skies right now. We zoom it out. You can see the high pressure dominating our weather off to the south and east, but we are seeing some rain bands start to work in from Delta, still well out in the Gulf, expected to strengthen to a Category 3 later on today into tomorrow, making landfall near Lake Charles sometime tomorrow afternoon. Live look at First Alert Predictor forecast model. We'll run this ahead to 5 o'clock today. Maybe a high cloud or two working in. We do have a weak frontal boundary working through, but the clouds from Delta will approach tonight into tomorrow, and I think tomorrow will be more clouds working through. The sun will break through at times earlier in the day. Model tries to develop a stray sprinkle tomorrow afternoon. I don't think we'll see much as we head through the day on Friday. Look at your day ahead today. Lots of sunshine. Beautiful morning out there. Temperatures running in the 60s. By lunchtime, we'll go 77. Dew points stay relatively low, so it's not very humid. 7-day forecast powered by AccuWeather. 81 today, warmest day of the next 7. The cloud cover tomorrow, and a little bit of cooler air working will hold us in the 70s. We'll stay mid-70s on Saturday. Sunday, 77 showers, and I think the heaviest rain falling late Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. Again, a more westerly track keeps the heaviest rain away from us. Monday, still a lingering shower earlier in the day. I think we clear as we go through the day, 77. We'll stay in the 70s all the way into the middle part of next week.
So looking at this weather map, going over our isobars again, guys. Remember, isobars connect areas of the same air pressure. Areas of the same air pressure. That is how we are connected. Looking at our high pressures and our low pressure areas. All right, so looking here, we have our fronts now. We're adding something to it. The station symbols. Station symbols. So guys, we know what our air pressures look like, right? It's in millibars, and our temperature. So here we will see the wind speed. It gives the direction of the wind. It gives your dew point, your temperature, your air pressure, and then that's the circle shows your cloud cover. So when we're looking at this, if I'm using this to tell about weather, I can say if my arrow, this right here would be a southwest wind with about a 23-degree dew point, 100% cloud cover. The temperature is 47 degrees and the air pressure is 156. Okay. Looking over at our actual map, we have our pressure systems. You kind of see these are popping up all over. 100% in the guys that are broken into fourths. So half, 2 out of 4 parts is 50%, 1 out of 4 parts, 25%. If there were 3 out of 4 parts, it'll be a 75% cloud cover. These bands here that you see, the blues and the yellows, that is precipitation of some form. It's a storm, right? Then I have my warm front, my stationary front, cold front, and these are my low pressure areas. And if you notice, that storm is it's coming out of it's in a high pressure zone, but it's fusing where the low pressures are hidden. Remember, guys, low pressure areas are where we see the worst of the weather. All right, guys, you guys need to know this. This is our types of clouds. We have cirrus clouds. Cirrus clouds happens at high altitude, fair weather. Clouds often associated with high pressure systems. Guys, you will need to know this for your test. Cumulus clouds. They're tall, they're stormy, thunderstorm associated with these cold fronts and low pressure systems. These are the nasty looking clouds. You have the stratus clouds, which are flat, rainy clouds associated with warm fronts. And lastly, you have cumulus clouds, which are puffy, fair weather clouds. So looking here I have my cumulus clouds. These are my cumulus clouds, which is that nasty, nasty looking cloud. I have my stratus clouds, and all right, a review of your air masses. Guys, remember, air masses are large volumes of air, nearly the same temperature and humidity throughout. Guys, these are our maritime polars, maritime tropicals, continental polars, continental tropical. Guys, remember, maritime means moist, polar means cold. Continental means dry. So maritime, moist, continental, dry. Polar is cold, tropical is warm. You can remember those. You can keep those air masses pretty apart. Looking at our pressure systems, guys. Remember that high pressure areas, it's our happy weather, right? Clear skies, very calm, clockwise rotation. Cool air moves down and out. Our low pressure systems, this is our lousy weather. Low pressure center, the warm air moves up. It goes counterclockwise very quick. And this is our cloudy and stormy weather. So high pressure is happy weather, low pressure is lousy weather. Looking at your wind formation, remember our wind flows from pressure system to pressure system. There is no distinction between the two. There is a distinction between two blocks. There's no definite space between the two. They kind of flow within each other. And remember, the goal, high pressure is always going to move into low pressure areas. And that goes back to the when we talked about convection, how low pressures and high pressures work as far as the cooling and the sinking of air. It's the pressure system rolls on the density of what the air is in. We have our local winds, which are our sea breezes and our land breezes. If you can remember, a sea breeze, the warm air is coming over the land and the cool air is coming in from the water. And then the opposite of the land breeze is the warm air is coming off the water and the cool air is pushing in from the land. Sea breezes are our daytime breezes. Land breezes are our night breeze. Then we have our global winds. Guys, remember, our global winds are winds that are really large air masses created by the Earth's rotation. So we have our westerlies, which brings our fronts and storms from the west, and our trade winds, which brings our tropical storms and hurricanes from the east. Then we have our jet streams. Guys, remember, our jet streams are what kind of pushes it keeps the air pushing, and it pushes to the east of us. So guys, you can remember that polar jet streams bring our cool, dry air. And this is our continental polar out of Canada, where our subtropical jet stream brings our warm, moist air from the Pacific Ocean, the Gulf of Mexico, and this is through our maritime tropical. Okay, so we talked about yesterday, and guys, you may see this again, that it takes longer to fly out west. From here to California is a longer flight than from California to here, right? And it's because of the jet stream. You can get, the planes kind of try to get into the jet stream and let the jet stream push it. So looking at our last bit of vocabulary words, we have a tropical storm. A tropical storm is a low pressure system that starts near the equator and has winds that blow 65 kilometers an hour, which is about 40 miles an hour. That's a tropical storm. Then we have a hurricane. A hurricane is a tropical low pressure system with winds blowing at speeds of about 120 kilometers, which is about 74 miles per hour or more. Guys, when we're talking about these hurricanes, remember the hurricanes are in 4 categories. So you have a tropical depression, which is less about 39 degrees. 30 is less than about 39 miles per hour. Honestly, a tropical depression, guys, we see winds sometimes this strong in a normal like little storm that we have, right? Tropical storms is about a 39 to 73 mile per hour wind. And then when you start talking about your categories, that's when you begin to step into a hurricane. So category 1 is between 74 and 95 miles per hour. A category 2 between 96 and 110. Category 3 between 111 and 129. A category 4 is 130 to about 156. And a category 5 is 157 miles per hour or higher. Guys, category 5 hurricanes are devastations, right? That's when we see a lot of deaths. We see a lot of people dying, a lot of damage. This is catastrophic winds when it just takes the area is there, and once the hurricane comes, you pretty much can't even distinguish where your house was at. Category 4 can be devastating too, depending on how long it sits over an area. Category 3, that's still a pretty bad hurricane. Category 1 is when we don't really have much going on, but beyond that, it's pretty bad. Guys, remember the Coriolis effect is the influence of Earth's rotation on the global winds. So we're gonna look at some things that kind of drive these storms, right? So this is a storm that we're looking at. Guys, if I saw that cloud coming, I would probably faint. I would faint. That is a crazy looking cloud, isn't it, guys? It looks very scary. And there are people like just watching, taking pictures. Could not be me. So, guys, when we talk about thunderstorms, thunderstorm formation. Warm moist air rise, forming a cumulus and possibly tall cumulonimbus clouds as it cools and condenses. Ice particles on top of the clouds form begin to fall. As they fall, they pull cool air down, bringing strong rain and hail. Cool down drifts meet in warm air can produce tornadoes. So this is when they say we have a tornado watch, tornado warnings. Guys, this is because they see that pressure system is going on, and that is a possibility. So when I see that cool air meeting the warm, moist air, and I know it can produce a tornado, that's when they start warning us as possibilities of tornadoes happening. Hurricane formations. Most tropical storms and hurricanes that affect North Carolina originate in West Africa as thunderstorms. Then they develop into tropical storms near the Cape Verde Islands. So what happens is they kind of happen over here as a thunderstorm. And then once that thunderstorm pushes over the ocean, it's warm waters. It continues picking up energy. Guys, you need to know this, the categories and the wind speeds that go with each category. So we're gonna watch a clip. I think this is no. So you guys, you need to know what category 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you need to know the wind speeds associated with it in miles per hour. You need to know it in miles per hour. So make sure that's something that you write down and study. Where is my video? No. All right, hold up, guys. Let me see if I can make this bigger. So if you're looking here, this is a category 1 in process. So we see limbs blowing off the trees. As it picks up into this category 2 hurricane, we're starting to see the shingles lift off the roof. Starting to see the shingles on the roof lift off and blow away. As I reach the category 3 mark, I'm starting to see the trees actually topple over, and I'm starting to see the roof dissipate. As I continue on into a category 4, I'm starting to see the sides of the house being ripped off. I'm starting to see walls collapse in. I'm starting to see all the trees kind of fall down. By the time I reach category 5, guys, there's nothing there. There is nothing there. It has literally taken everything out. So that is kind of what I need you to kind of understand as we're talking about these categories. And even with the hurricanes coming up, I think we've had the most hurricanes hit landfall this year than has ever happened before. So far, the United States has had like six hurricanes to hit. While you're doing your Foursquare, you can explore thunderstorms, tornadoes, storms, snowstorms, and hurricanes using this site here. Guys, I would encourage you to play around with this site just to kind of get another glimpse at the different storms that happen. Then we have our Foursquare assignment. Guys, this assignment is pretty simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to look up thunderstorms, and this is, guys, again, a good place to look. You're going to tell me what a thunderstorm is, the types of thunderstorms there are, how they form, and the dangers of them. In tornadoes, same thing. Description of what a tornado is, types of tornadoes on the EF scale, how they form, and the dangers. Same thing with winter storms, tropical storms, and hurricanes. Tell me what a tropical storm and a hurricane is, and I want you to break down the categories for me. So how far is a tropical storm? What is the winds like? What happens? And then go cat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tell me how it forms and the dangers. Make sure you're continuing with your weather charts, guys. Remember, I told you it must be done day by day to get all the information. And that's all I have for you guys. I want you to work on everything that is due tomorrow. You have exactly 20 minutes before class is over. So the last 20 minutes can spend one or two ways. You can spend it